on himself individually, or does he rely on his teammates?
It is a jet sweep to Brandon Aiyuk for a gain of 7. Roquan Smith brings him down. On 1st and 10, off play action. Lance given time, steps into a wide open Aiyuk. Brandon Aiyuk inside the 20.
Or just off a little bit too much in coverage, gets kind of caught up in that cross route right there.
Lance finds Aiyuk. Kendall Vildor with a tackle.
Quad injury he suffered last week, so Josh Jones makes the start at safety. Lance finds Brandon Aiyuk, and he gets away from Josh Jones for a first down and more into Seattle territory.
Drive 2 for the 49ers, starting from their own 25-yard line. And Garoppolo gets 5 out in the pattern, throws in the middle, it's complete, and it's Brandon Aiyuk with a gain of nearly 20 as he's right around the 45-yard line. Difficult to stop in the backfield or as a receiver. The throw to Aiyuk inside, touchdown. Samuel leading the way. Aiyuk comes inside of him, and Brandon Aiyuk with the touchdown grab, and San Francisco scores first.
Just an automatic when you get this. You're going to pick the inside guy, and there's just nobody left. They're in there with 2 guys.
I know it's a small sample, but he gives them a much better opportunity.
Garoppolo over the middle, hits his man, Aiyuk. Yards after the catch. Aiyuk to midfield.
In that first half, unbelievably impressive on that side of the ball.
They really were. Playing great, shutting them down. Constant pressure.
Aiyuk right at midfield. Oh, he coughed up the football, but Samuel was right there to dive on it.
And I'm telling you, from a leverage standpoint, first strike standpoint, he's as good as it gets.
Take the handoff. Screen pass. Aiyuk. Burst of speed, and he's in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It comes on a screen pass from Garoppolo, and the Niners march right down the field, get within a score here in Atlanta. Wilson out wide. Play clock winding down. Garoppolo fires, connects. Aiyuk, touchdown. Brandon Aiyuk, second of the day.
Here, watch him. He's going to come in, leap back outside so quick. Watch. Bam! Put your foot in the ground, get away, create instant separation. And Hans, you talked about him. He comes in there. He holds up just long enough.
Nearly 6 minutes. Not even at midfield. 3rd and 12. Garoppolo fires. Complete. Aiyuk.
3rd and 7. Garoppolo, Aiyuk in stride, first down, and spinning his way up to the 45. Good throw, Garoppolo, and Aiyuk did the rest to pick up 21. Fake over the middle again, and it's Aiyuk in stride, and Garoppolo heating up. Brandon Aiyuk has the grab. Over the middle, he's got another completion. Aiyuk, who spins his way for a first down. McCaffrey behind the line, looking to throw it. Airs it out, has Aiyuk wide open. He's got it for the touchdown. McCaffrey, the touchdown pass to Aiyuk from 34. What a dandy.
Anytime a running back is so deep, watch, he throws it. It's a lateral. So see how Garoppolo throws it backwards? That's the indication that it's a double pass. Defense bites, and he finds Brandon.
Garoppolo, Aiyuk again, makes a cut inside the 10 and then wrestled backwards. He's going to be about 1.5 yards to 2 yards shy of the first down.
The outstanding Trent Williams, still as good as ever in his 13th year. From the 42-5 to the pattern, Garoppolo. Hard on the run by Aiyuk. Into the secondary he goes to the 22-yard line. Give him 20 and a first down, and this is what the Niners can do now. 26, here comes the pressure. Garoppolo throws, it is caught. It's Aiyuk to the 5, to the 2-yard line. Big play by Brandon Aiyuk. And Garoppolo with the pressure on.
With him coming back from his injury along with McCaffrey, it lets him utilize Debo the way that he wants.
3rd down and 5. Garoppolo pulls it down. End zone. What a throw and catch. Touchdown, Aiyuk.
Jimmy Garoppolo, he's trying to hit McCaffrey here on an angle route. Now he comes out of the backfield, and Garoppolo, you see him, he's wanting to get to him right there, but he's not there. He sees this defender, so he comes off of it, and he works through.
With Las Vegas, 2nd and 10. Blitz off the edge. Aiyuk has got his 2nd. Touchdown 49ers. The 2nd time that Aiyuk has had more than one touchdown catch in a game. Did so week 6 at Atlanta, and now here in Mexico City.
First down. Some choice words for the coach. Off the play fake, Garoppolo setting up, open over the middle, caught, and a first down. Brandon Aiyuk into Saints territory at the 43.
And here's a look from the Dolphins, Daryl. They put 10 guys up near the line of scrimmage. They back off mostly. Garoppolo on the move, has Aiyuk for a first down. Brandon Aiyuk.
He's got 81 yards rushing. Obviously, he's got the receiving touchdown, 27 yards there. Another monster day. Here's Purdy. Fires, and it's caught by Aiyuk, who sprints away out across the 40, up until the 45. 4-man rush. Purdy loading up, going deep. He's got a man. Aiyuk in. Touchdown 49ers. Are you kidding?
Watch this route. He's going to break down like he's going to run a curl, and he just runs right by D.
Play action and rolling and throwing and caught. Aiyuk for another first down.
Now let's see what the quarterback Purdy does here. 1st and 10. McCaffrey out of the backfield, but downfield he goes. Aiyuk. He got by St. Juice, and now it's a foot race with McCain from behind, taken down, catch and run down to the 6. A sprint of 54 yards. 1st and goal to go, San Francisco.
Motion from McLeod. Purdy, play action for the end zone. It's caught. Aiyuk, touchdown.
Hobbs is looking for the flag, politicking, but just an easy catch and run and breaking tackles.
End around for Aiyuk.
Oh, they got
Aiyuk got a block. Blockers in front for Aiyuk, and he's down inside the 15. Mike McGlinchey, part of that caravan of 49ers out front to lead him to 16 yards and a first.
They're already inside. Look at they're bringing in. Joe needs to get in there and block.
Play action. Purdy on the roll, ball wobbling in the air, and Aiyuk's got it. Brandon Aiyuk camping underneath it. Almost could have fair caught it at the 22.
Purdy with a quick throw and a catch at the 40. It's Aiyuk, who couldn't come up with the last one good enough for a first down. And it is in his home state of Arizona on Fox. Purdy's a throw and open. Hanging on at the 45. Brandon Aiyuk.
Playing their best football down the stretch.
2nd and 10, back-to-back pass plays. This one finds Brandon Aiyuk for a gain of 19 and the first San Francisco first down. Bootleg. Sets his feet. Downfield. Aiyuk comes free. Great anticipation. Dropped it right to him.
Even if it's a little bit of adversity and a slow start, I think he's done a nice job. That opening series was not the Brock Purdy we had seen.
He's got a wide open Aiyuk crossing the field and beating Woolen. Brandon Aiyuk, 31 yards into Seahawks territory.
4-man rush. Purdy has time. Zings one. Aiyuk gets his at the 10. And Brandon Aiyuk has a first down for the 49ers. Purdy stands in. Aiyuk in stride on the slant and another first down. Purdy to throw. Penalty flag flies. Aiyuk wide open, makes the catch, has a first down.